Hello. So today I wanted to review for you Please Subscribe because I went to go see it yesterday and it was awesome. I must say. I would have done this yesterday after I saw it, but I had homework and all that because of that whole school thing we do sometimes. I don't know if you know about that, but that's a thing. So I had to do that instead, which took precedent, unfortunately, over talking about YouTube. But it was awesome. We had to go to Revere for the closest movie theater. It was about an hour away, give or take. And we had to chase some buses, some scary tea rides, but it was worth it. Definitely worth it. And then it started snowing when we left. And we're like, when did it start snowing? But the movie itself was fantastic. We had a bit of trouble getting the movie started. It started and stopped 3 times or so before they finally got it to actually play. So we were a little confused. I don't know how much you know about Please Subscribe, but it's a YouTube documentary. I'm sure you know at least that much. But it was 8 YouTubers that were featured. I don't know. How did you come up with those 8 people? That's a good question. Where did those 8 people come from? Anyways, so 8 people were picked. Of course, some of our favorites, Hannah and Grace, were on there, and they were great. Hannah was so funny, and it was so very hearto, and Grace was surprisingly real for her kind of stuff. I know she puts on that persona to make her videos because she does comedy videos, but she was very real. She touched us some good stuff, and I really enjoyed her part. And I surprisingly did not know that much about Mitchell Davis. His story was really inspiring. It was all about YouTube helping him. And I won't share too much because they have to go see it and find out what it was that he got help with and all that. So, but I really liked Mitchell's story. It was great. And of course, YouTube is such a vast place, so you were bound not to know everyone. Like, I'm not really big into the gaming, but I found out about C Nanners, or Adam Montoya, I think that's his name. And he has some good commentary, and the fact that he plays video games for a living is wonderful. That sounds like a great time. Sidetrack for a second. I love those little graphic things. They were phenomenal. When you see it, you'll see these little graphic guys, and they'll just pop up. And they're these great little drawing things. They were so funny. I loved it. There's only 7 of us in our theater, unfortunately, and only me and Zach were laughing. They were so funny. And the intro was all kind of like that. It was really cool. It was really well done. So back to the whole vast world of YouTube. There was a couple other people. I'd heard of Mystery Guitar Man, and I'd heard of Will of DC, but I never really watched their stuff. But now I definitely want to. And I went with Zach, and he's like, I definitely want to start watching some of these. So that was really great that it's getting exposure out there. If you didn't see them, it's showing you different types. And then there was random guest appearances throughout the video. We had people like Jenna and Hank Green show up, and that was awesome. So you had little blips of their story, not the full-blown thing, but little snippets. So that was just enough to oh, Jenna's in here. Dan Brown's story was probably the most interesting. I knew nothing about Dan Brown, and it was really interesting to find out about what he was and his journey and what YouTube did for him. So when you check that out, look for Dan Brown. He's the last one. He's worth the wait. It shows sort of the other side of YouTube that you don't really think about, but I feel like it was definitely necessary for the movie. So it's really great that they put that in there because it's not all bubbles and sunshine. Wheezy Waiter was a really cool one too because his story is sort of similar to Hannah's story, where they didn't really mean to get sucked into the world of YouTube, but it sort of happened, and it was almost for the better. So he was a really interesting one to watch. There's this little scene. It has nothing to do with YouTube, but it was this little precious moment in the video that's so YouTuber-ish that you just you appreciate the little subtlety of it. But his videos, you got to see his process and what he thinks about it and how it's affected his life. So that was really cool to find out. I didn't know too much about him besides that he was Wheezy Waiter. So overall, I give it 2 thumbs up. It's very good. I don't know when you're going to get to see it, but see it as soon as possible. It's coming out for purchase on March 23rd. You can pre-order it now. I'll put a linky thing so you can go look at it if you want to see it. But as soon as you can, you should see it because it was definitely worth it. It's our kind of people. It's our kind of entertainment. So it was really great to see, especially in theaters, because we're so used to these tiny little boxes, and you just saw their face like right in front of you on the big screens. It was a nice moment. So watch that as soon as you can. Other than that, bye.